What's going on YouTube? Today is April 22nd, 2025. Not a financial advisor, do your own research, form your own opinions. Uncle Sam is coming for you, potentially. Before we get into that, like I said, not a financial advisor. Did some live streams over the last couple days with West Texas Stacker and my buddy Tim, who many of you have probably never had the privilege to meet, so hopefully you go check those out. It's a lot of fun. Okay, because I'm getting old, sometimes I listen to AM radio while I'm driving. Sometimes, not that often. Today was one of those days. Oh, by the way, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, that really does help the algorithm. Do the same on my Rumble channel, and if you want to give back to the channel, thanks my nickel for the knife, you can do so by using the MoneyMetals link down below. Alright, let's get rid of that. So I heard something on the radio today that starting Monday, is it Monday? I think it's Monday. Yeah. Got some bubble wrap. Woo! Had to do it, sorry. Monday. The U.S. Department of Education announced Monday it will resume involuntary collection on defaulted student loan payments on May 5th. So, if you owe money to student loans, you might be needing to prepare for that. It says, beginning May 5th, the Education Department will refer borrowers whose loans are in default to a debt collection service run by the U.S. Treasury. Oh. That's way worse than a regular one, I would assume. The service can seize federal and state payments such as tax returns and Social Security benefits. Let me tell y'all something. One of the biggest mistakes I made back in the day was a student loan for something that I never used. And I will tell you, I learned a valuable lesson that to make decent money in the world, you do not have to pay for college education. This comes from Hero Bullion now, to be fair. And don't go getting your heels all twisted here. To be fair, it may not happen. There's been a lot of back and forth with the current administration. However, I do tend to believe that they will probably move forward with this and not vacillate like they do on other things, seemingly. You know, I mean, y'all gotta admit, every day it's one thing and then another, so it's really hard to know what to expect in today's world. And I realize, as I'm opening, by the way, thank you Hero, another quality order. I realize as I'm opening these quarters, dollar face, no big deal, that I forgot to order tubes for my quarters. That's gonna drive me nuts, so I guess I'll just put them in a bag until I order tubes. I do have tubes for these dimes. Let's look at metal prices real quick. Where's my phone? Here we go. As of 4:09 Pacific Standard Time on 4/22/2025, we are looking at, according to CMI, it varies here, it varies there a little bit. Gold to silver ratio 1:240. I want to talk a little bit about that. Gold 33.40, 80 cents. Silver 32.63. Platinum 9.69. Palladium 9.71. Okay, gold's down a little bit, no big deal. Silver's doing good. Gold went up, silver's trailing behind. It always, you know, takes a little while afterward. The GSR. A lot of people, and don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? There's a caveat to this. A lot of people I know are counting on that GSR to correct back to a more normalized rate. Well, I get it. I played that game for a long time, and I'm changing up my stacking habits a little bit coming up. It's going to be real hard for me to do this. It really is. But I'm going to really force myself to do it. I'm not going to talk exactly about what it is yet, but there's a lot of people that are wanting to play the GSR and buy a lot of silver, thinking that it's going to correct. You know, a lot of guys are hoping for that 60 mark. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is a full tube of dimes, by the way. But I will tell you, I am of the opinion that the GSR has been so jacked for so long We'll be lucky to see 80, 70 at the best, maybe. But I don't even really expect that. Now, full tube in the stack. I love it. This is what, like 4.2, 4.3 ounces of fine silver. Now, does that mean silver's a bad buy? Nope, sure doesn't. And here's why. I believe, and again, this is just my opinion, I believe that GSR is not going to go down to that 60 that so many people hope for, because I believe gold's going to continue to go up, but I also believe silver is going to continue to go up. And that's why I say silver's not a bad buy. Even if the GSR doesn't correct and silver continues to trend upward, which over time I believe it will, you're still coming out ahead. As if, you know, ahead of those who aren't stacking at all. So, something to keep in mind. I think there's a lot of focus lately on the GSR, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's really important to kind of remain grounded in our thinking. Sometimes these don't go in there right, man. At least that's what I try to do. And again, you know, I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I've been extremely right about gold. Started pushing it at, what, 2,000, 2,200? Oh, you're nuts! Yeah, well, I'm not. And I still think gold is a fantastic addition to the stack. You know, I don't regret stacking silver. Don't get it twisted. I just wish I would have stacked more gold. I remember when gold was 1,200 bucks. And see, I like silver better, so that also played a part. But I remember when gold was 1,200 bucks. I thought, man, it's too expensive. I can't afford gold. Well, looking back, I couldn't afford not to buy gold at 1,200 bucks an ounce. You know, not more of it. I didn't buy enough. And this is just my opinion, but I think if I do the same thing now and buy only silver and not gold, which again, still is not a bad play, I think I'm going to be looking back in the next 1 to 5, 6 years saying, man, I couldn't afford not to stack gold at $3,200, $3,300, $3,400 an ounce. So I'm trying to, you know, keep all that ratio in perspective. I am addicted to silver. Big time. Anyway, if you haven't checked out those live streams over the last couple days, please do so. Go support those guys. Tim is on Rumble. So is West Texas. And they're both on YouTube, a.k.a. Tim, a.k.a. America the Battlefield. I look forward to doing another show with him. It was a lot of fun. It's always a good time with Texas. He's one of my dudes. He's one of my boys. I got quite a few buddies in the community that I kind of run with, that I've developed real good relationships with. And I love it. And I will tell you, I also had a very interesting phone call. I returned Jake's phone call from Hero yesterday. A lot of cool stuff on the horizon. It was a really enlightening phone call. I'm going to get into that at some point, not today. I'm going to get into some of the stuff we talked about. Other stuff I'm not. But cool stuff happening over there. Solid guy. Really enjoyed talking to him. Again, another quality order they shipped to me, so thank you very much, Hero. You've got yourself a long-time customer, but I think you already know that. Highly recommend. Because I need some tubes. That being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Helps the algorithm. Do the same on my Rumble. Link in the description below. MoneyMetals link if you wish to get back to the channel. And whatever you do, hopefully you don't get hammered too much by the student loan debts. You know, things are getting expensive as it is. And keep stacking.